to some basketball. So by strike of midnight tonight, we're going to have the NBA playoff field finalized. You got Grizzlies and Warriors playing for the 8th seed. Then round one starts Saturday afternoon already. So now seems like the perfect time for Nick to make his official playoff picks. Nick, take it away, my friend.
Let's go.
All right,
Mr.
so
Perfect.
First we've got to deal with the play-in. I believe the Warriors are going to win tonight's play-in, and so this will be the Western Conference bracket. And by the way, as Wildes mentioned, called me Mr. Perfect, last year, my Western Conference bracket, perfect. My Eastern Conference bracket, thrown off by the damn Miami Heat. But it was the most, if you know, people track these things, it was the most accurate playoff predictions of any NBA analyst in America last season, was the one given right here on this show. So pay attention.
That's right.
All right, first round in the West right now. A lot of people are going to say Jazz are going to win. All right, the Warriors are going to win. The Jazz are going to win. I'm not high on the Jazz, but the Warriors, Brandon's point that they were a 39-win team for a reason is correct. I think the Warriors can get a couple games off them. I have the Jazz in 6. If the Grizzlies somehow win tonight, then I would have Jazz in 5. I am picking against my large adult Slovenian son. It breaks my heart. I don't want to do this, but my commitment to take and gambling integrity demands I give you where I'm actually putting my money. I think it's a great series. I think Luka's good enough to get 2 of them off the Clippers by himself. His teammates will pitch in for 1 more, but in a great 7-game series, the Clippers move on. The next one is fascinating. Nuggets-Blazers. Vegas has the Blazers as a slight favorite. Not only do I not think the Blazers are the favorite, I think the Nuggets are going to score 130 points a game in this series. I think I am going to get so many DMs from Denver and Serbia simultaneously because Jokic is going to annihilate the Blazers, and they're going to win in 5, and I have the Lakers in 6. Advance to the conference finals. First time in franchise history, the Los Angeles Clippers are going to make the conference finals. They beat the Jazz in 6. The Jazz are not going to match up well with the Clippers' wings. And the Lakers easily dispatch of the Nuggets in 5. Jokic at that point is going to be a little worn out. It's going to be a lot like the Western Conference Finals last year where he couldn't handle Anthony Davis. And then the Western Conference Finals everyone wanted last year. Lakers, Clippers, going to be a classic. And it is Lakers in a gentleman's sweep. At this point, what we've seen, Kawhi probably limping down the stretch of a playoff run after actually having to play every game. Paul George, I don't trust him, and they have no one to guard Anthony Davis. So the Lakers win the conference. Toughest series is the first round against the Suns. Now to the East. We'll go very quickly through the first round of the East. The Sixers are going to gentlemen sweep the Wizards. The Knicks in a classic against the Hawks. By Game 7, poor Trae Young's probably going to have a cracked tibia, a black eye. They're going to beat him up. They win in 7. I believe in the Milwaukee Bucks. They're going to exorcise their demons of last postseason. They beat the Miami Heat in 6. And then the Nets, pardon me, beat the Celtics in 5. It might be a sweep, but I'll give the Celtics 1 game. Now to the controversial part. Obviously, the Sixers will beat the Knicks in 5. I think Milwaukee beats Brooklyn. Game 6 in Milwaukee is where this magical Brooklyn run comes to a close. Drew Holiday is a massive upgrade from what they had last year in Eric Bledsoe. I believe in Giannis. They move on. And then, to me, the 2 best teams in the East all year, the Sixers and the Bucks, play each other in the conference finals. It is an epic conference finals. And the Sixers move on. Sixers in 7 over the Milwaukee Bucks, which would set up a Lakers-Sixers NBA Finals, which, Brandon, was my preseason NBA Finals, I may mention. This is a good, not an all-time, but a good NBA Finals. Lakers in 6, just like they won last year in 6. LeBron gets championship ring number 5. Nobody wants to see this. It's the number 1 seed in the East against the best team in the West. So there it is. There's your full bracket if you want to see it. The most controversial part is probably the Bucks beating the Nets and then the Sixers going to the NBA Finals. But there it is. There is my playoff picks from last year, which, again, I will remind you, got 1 series wrong last year, Bucks, Heat. That's it. So there it is. Brandon, have I convinced you? Is this the day you abandon the Nets? I think it is. I think I've done enough.
No, absolutely not. Look, it's Friday.
You know, I'm excited for the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go, you know, catch some breeze. Look, man, Chris already got me off my pivot, so I'm going to be quick here, man. There's 3 teams that we need to talk about. We need to talk about the Nets, we need to talk about the Clippers, and we need to talk about your Lakers. Let's start with the Nets. There's no way Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden is going to lose to the Bucks in round 2. Absolutely no way. It's not happening, buddy. The second team, the Clippers.
Okay.
Ty Lue has totally changed this team. You're talking about Kawhi. He answered the bell, everything. Oh, he won't play back-to-backs. He's not a leader. Well, he did all of that. You are overlooking this team. This team is the real deal. And your Lakers, they stumbled. They barely got to the finish line. They are beat up. AD, I don't know what AD I'm going to get. So for you to have him going this far, it's just ridiculous. But I get it. I understand it. You're a LeBron James fan, which means you're now a Lakers fan. So you're going to ride and die for your team. But there's no way this bracket holds up. Absolutely
it's
not.
Just analysis.
No,
okay,
buddy.
No fandom included. It's just analysis, Wilds. There's the bracket's going to hold up. I'm telling you right now, bracket's going to hold up. You know what I'm most nervous about? If I'm totally honest here, I am most nervous, Wilds, that I'm going to regret picking against my own son against the Clippers. That I've got one team that I'm known for not trusting. I got another team that is led by my scion, and all of a sudden I have the Clippers. If the Clippers beating them, my head says the Clippers will win that series because I don't think the Mavs can guard the Clippers' wings. But I thank you, Jenna. I appreciate that. But Wilds, that's of all those picks, that's the one I'm most squeamish about.
That's what I was going to say. I called you Mr. Perfect with an asterisk because you went perfect with an asterisk last year, and I support you. I think this show thrives in 2 ways. One, where you have something controversial to say, and we just cut you down. We just try to throw as many arrows in you as possible. The other way it succeeds is by fully supporting this, which I really like. I like this entire bracket. The question for you is this. And maybe I'll throw it to Brandon. Brandon, you saw
please do.
the Brooklyn. You saw the Bucks sort of like underachieve in the playoffs for 2 years. And each year Giannis learned something, and now it feels like he's got the time. And we've seen super teams come out and struggle. The Celtics famously didn't, but other super teams take a little while to gel. Are you not worried at all about the gel factor of your Brooklyn Nets, who have only played a handful of games together, and, by the way, aren't healthy either?
7.
Hey, Kyrie Irving. Hey, Jordan. Hey, James Harden. Guys, get in here. Let me tell you what we're going to do against Giannis and the Bucks. This is what we're going to do. Build a wall. That's what everybody else did. That's what Miami Heat did last year in the bubble. Build a wall. He can't shoot. Everybody knows this. Everybody's going to be talking about it on all the other networks. They're going to be talking about it on our shows all day. We know how to stop him. So please, this makes no sense. Giannis hasn't developed. Once he's ascended from good to great, and now we're talking about going from great to elite, he needs to develop that shot. He hasn't done that. So that's why I'm not worrying about the Bucks, because you need Giannis to drop 40 a night when you got these 3 guys that can drop 25 apiece each night.
Well, let's table the Giannis discussion for a moment because he has a great quote that I think we're going to talk about next, so we can dive further into that. But I have a Nets question unrelated to the Bucks for Brandon quickly, because I don't know if the audience has noticed, but Brandon, well, kind of, because Brandon in the last 2 shows has said the word defense more than all year combined. Warriors, Lakers, what happened? Defense. Why do you got the Suns? They got good defense. Like, all of a sudden, there's a lot of defense being talked about.
Right.
So I'm just curious if you're at all a little anxious about your Nets when you seem to be coming around that, in the playoffs, this defense is going to matter.
Yeah, so here's the deal. Well, what did I say? Mid-April is when we can start talking about defense. All right, we're past that mark, so
Yeah.
we can talk about defense because at this level, these guys don't care, man. You can turn on the NBA game in January, February, March, and you can see these guys' effort level being extremely low. And then all of a sudden, they get in big games. They're playing on TNT, and then you see their energy. Playoff time, you see their energy. These guys know what's at stake. It's legacy play here. Kevin Durant, can he do it his own way? Kyrie Irving, can you do it your way? James Harden, you are known as one of the greatest players that never got it done. This is his moment. This is his opportunity. Blake Griffin, the same thing. Steve Nash, you are a rookie coach. You don't know what you're talking about. So these guys, because I'm looking at the competitive edge and the competitiveness that players walk around, well, people just walk around with, and in moments like this, they step up. They don't need to be a top 10 defense. They just need to be a defense that gives effort and communicates. Because offensively, you know what you're going to get. You just need to get a couple key stops throughout the game. So that's why I have the Bucks.
Okay.
I mean, excuse me, the Nets. Sorry. Oh, my.